Well, the best thing about Making the Dream was really bringing that cast together, because there's a lot of lead actors, like 12 lead parts in it at least, and all different types of actors, cinema actors, sitcom actors. There were a lot of challenges, there always are, everyone can tell you that. The one that haunted me all the way through, haunted all of us, was the fact that this play is set in a forest at night. 90% of it's in a forest. Now, that's expensive, it's a night shoot. We couldn't afford all of that. We could afford 5 nights on location, so therefore you have to create the rest of the forest in a studio. And every day I was thinking, how is that going to match up? Real forest, studio forest, real forest, studio forest. And that's where you get brilliant design teams. Our designer, Michael Pickwoad, after it wasn't phased at all by that, and just said, yeah, I'll make it work.
Well, I suppose the best thing about making it was making it, because it was great fun after a year of Doctor Who. I mean, I won't say Midsummer Night's Dream is normal, but quite normal compared to Doctor Who, I have to say. And a great privilege to be part of the Shakespeare year. And it was just a great chance to build some lovely sets.
Often you see versions on stage or on film, but we really wanted this to be a big, bold version for BBC One, and we wanted to make it using all the kind of techniques and skills we have when we do shows like Doctor Who. So, you know, we knew we could make great fairies with the prosthetics, we knew we could use CGI to open up the world, and we knew we could give it, with Russell's script, to give it that real pace and sense of energy and scale.
I think the best thing about making Midsummer Night's Dream was working with Russell again. I've worked with him before on the Sarah Jane Adventures and on Doctor Who, but it was such a joy having him back in Cardiff and pulling the team together around him again. It was just joyous. Oh, there were so many challenges pulling this production together. I think probably one of the biggest ones was working out how we would meld the location forest with the studio forest and making sure that they looked seamless.
I guess another challenge is the language. Some of Shakespeare's language is still current today. It's English after all. But let's be honest, a lot of it is dense and antiquated. So you're trying to make the language come to life in a way that speaks to a mainstream audience. All of the people that were working on this team were really working at the top of their game. And so, you know, the challenges were always met by enthusiasm. No one was ever defeatist about it. You know, everybody sort of took it by the horns and ran with it.
Well, it's brilliant to be back in Cardiff. I'm a Welshman, obviously, and I love this place. You know, I came here to make Doctor Who, so I came here with Midsummer Night's Dream. I decided to make it around about 2012. This is where you've got the teams necessary to make a Midsummer Night's Dream. It's a very magical place. You've got big design, you've got CGI, you've got prosthetics, you've got busy location work, you've got a fierce schedule. There's a whole system here, there's a whole production team in place that can slot into that better than anyone else I know in the country. I know a lot of people who make brilliant dramas in all sorts of ways. To make this visual and big and bold, it had to be Wales, because it's the best.
In our version, because Tom Harper is insane and very, very ambitious, and because of the fact that we had to shoot out all of Russia, you know, we had to shoot Russian winter from 1805 to 1812 all in 1 week. So to keep a sense of the narrative and the arc of each character and where we were at any one point in time, that was the biggest challenge.